Tolerate over these.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to 11 Foot Pole, a tale of high adventure. My name's Glenn. I'm the referee for this session. Joining me around the table is my regular band of malcontents, starting with Thorous.
I am JP, also known as Thorgus Runemain.
Hi, I'm Matt, also known as Veritan Eridan.
Wait, you're Veritan? Oh, I have the. Go ahead.
Yep, I'm Veritan.
Is that me?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Okay, I'm Jason, and I am Naroth, the cleric.
I am Karis the Hunter.
Okay. So when we last left off our heroes, y'all had gone to the town of Langshorn. You'd met just a couple of NPCs, and you had latched onto Sir Dieter, whose quest is to go into the Dolmenwood and to find this silver oak tree that has this wizard's sort of lair underneath. Barzoth the Imperishable or something like that. And you guys had decided that you were going to help him recover this sword that he's looking for. You guys had traveled into the Dolmenwood. You had camped the night, I think, and Veritan, I believe, is still under the negative effects of not getting a very good night's sleep. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah. And you guys had met this this fellow who had been left out in a cage to die out in the woods by the local Firbolg lord, and you guys decided to free him, and he led you to some treasure. And Matt, you were asking about that?
Yes. I was asking about how much it was for sure, because it was right at the end, and how it was split. I assume it was split evenly, but I don't know.
Does anybody remember? Did anybody else write it down besides Matt?
It was $1 billion.
That doesn't seem right.
I think it was 500 gold pieces. I don't remember for sure.
Yeah, 500 each, wasn't it, Matt?
Yeah, I filled my bag right away.
That's right.
That's almost as much as a sponsorship from Aquafina Water.
Aquafina. It's basically tap water, but you can tell yourself that it's better.
It's tap water that costs $2 a bottle.
Yeah, I'll be coming up with all the slogans for all of our advertisers. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. All right, so it was 500 gold.
Yeah.
Who's carrying it?
Naroth, Thorgus.
Wait.
It's your whole JD thing. It's your whole JD thing. Thorgus will carry it with my stocky, dwarven, strong frame.
Okay, so if you carry all of it, that's like more than can fit in your backpack, even if there's nothing else in your backpack.
I just thought of that, so I will not carry it all.
Is there any reason not to just divide it evenly? That way the encumbrance doesn't get to us?
That seems like the logical thing to do.
That'd be 125 each.
Yes, it would. Did
Brought to you by the calculator app.
Yeah. Did any or all of you print out that encumbrance equipment sheet?
Yes, I must get mine. Hold on.
Okay. So basically, there's a space there that shows your backpack. Your backpack can hold about 400 gold pieces worth of junk. We don't have specific numbers for all of the like how many gold pieces does a day's worth of rations weigh. But just kind of write on there what you're carrying in your backpack, and when you feel like it seems reasonable that it's getting about full, we'll go with that. So I mean, iron rations, I'm picturing being like raisins, peanuts, and jerky. So, that stuff can crunch down pretty good. Does that make sense to everybody? Oh, look at you, JP.
We're talking about something like a military style small backpack, that kind of thing.
Look on the sheet, Jason, if you print it out.
It has a little
Sorry.
picture.
I'm sorry. Jason from henceforth will be known as JD for some reason.
That's right. Okay, so yeah, it just looks like a normal backpack, right? I mean, it's like a
Yeah. It's not the one of these $800 camping backpacks you get nowadays that's made out of.
yeah, it's not like a Kelty, right? Not
Right.
like-
Yeah. It's
yeah.
not, it's just a regular, a little bit larger than what you took to school as a kid when you
yeah,
were
right.
hiking,
like a JanSport, slightly larger.
where you were hiking uphill both ways in the snow in the 70s and 80s to school. Just a little bigger than that. So it can fit more than just a trapper keeper and your math textbook.
It's not like a backpack you would find at REI stores.
REI.
REI stores.
Welcome to sponsor. Thorgus is the only one here who actually hikes in real life, so we're going to be counting on him to give us an idea of what's reasonable. All right, so you guys are in this clearing, and you are in hex 0608, and basically you want to go northwest. There are two paths leading out of this. There are two paths leading out of the clearing. One to the left, one to the right. The one to the left, let's see. Is it Karith or Karith?
Me?
Yes.
I had it as Karis with an IS, but hey.
Oh God! Now I have to completely change your graphic.
It can be Kareth if you want. That's fine.
Your microphone was so staticky last time. I thought it was Aerith, and it was Karis. So Karis, do you want to take a look at these paths?
I assume that means you want me to roll something.
No, not necessarily. You're the hunter.
As
You're
we
the
look
scout.
through, between the two of those, does one look more traveled? Is there one that there's been greater movement through? Nothing like getting way out in front of the party.
It's okay. I'm a
Good
crack
things
shot
happen.
with that bow.
The one on the left leads through a bunch of thorn bushes, and looks like it's a rarely used game trail. The one on the right follows a old stream bed. So it's hard to tell how much used or disused it is because it's kind of rocky and not much foliage. Roll your do you have a skill related to hunter that helps you keep from getting lost or something like that?
Wayfinding.
Yeah, what's that
Reduced
say?
chance of getting lost in the forest. Instead of rolling d6 to check when the party gets lost each day, the referee should roll a d12. The chance remains the same. 2 and 12 chance in the forest.
All right, so roll a d12.
9.
Okay, and that's so you don't want to roll the 1, basically, is what we're
Right.
saying.
One or yeah.
All right, so basically, you know that northeast, the direction you want to go overall is more or less straight ahead. So either one of these paths takes you perpendicular to where you want to go.
So you guys say, you want to go through the brush or you want to walk along the stream bed?
We follow you on there.
Well, I'm guessing if we're wanting to go someplace abandoned, it's more likely to be through the brush than right on a main kind of easier path that's going through,
Probably.
right?
Makes sense to me.
Thorgus just wants to remind everyone that this is his first adventuring gig, that he's been building houses for the last 47 years.
Okay. Is he just?
No count on your perspective? Is that plausible deniability?
Yeah,
That's why I'm
exactly.
just following everyone.
Every time there's a big decision to be made, Thorgus wants to bring up, hey, by the way, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I
right,
don't
let's
really
go
know
ahead
what
and
I'm
go straight.
doing.
Let's
Say
go
what?
ahead and go straight. Let's go straight through the rougher path.
Okay, through the path with the bushes to the left. There's left
Yep.
and right. If you
Yep.
try to go straight, you have to basically hack
Left.
through the underground.
Left.
All right, you guys go about 6 miles along this path. Takes you about 2 turns, and you arrive in Area B. Okay,
That should have taken a while.
so what?
That should have taken a while going 6 miles.
It did.
Yeah, there have been hours of walking.
We're fast. We're adventurers.
I guess.
Thorgus, in real life, hiking through thorny bushes and dense undergrowth, how long would it take you to get about 6 miles?
With our backpacks and everything, probably, I'd say at least 30 minutes and a mile. So that's what, 3 hours?
Okay. Have it your way.
Lunchtime.
What are you doing, man? We don't want to be in the forest after dark.
I'm just saying. Right. And that depends on if
We
it's
want-
all downhill or some uphill, right?
Well, it's thorny
What in
and we're
reality,
carrying
we-
backpacks. And
If we wanted reality, we'd be hiking.
Right?
my wife was behind me, I would be going at about 15-minute mile pace. So,
Oh, is she the slave driver?
no, I would just say I would be going at a 15-minute mile pace. She would be back there.
Oh, I see. All right. You guys come into another small clearing. What was that? What is that noise?
I thought that was you.
I don't think it's mine. I don't know.
It's not here.
I'm making mashed potatoes.
Okay. Naturally. You come into another clearing. You see paths out straight ahead and to the right, but something smooth and speckled protrudes from the ground behind some hastily dug up piles of dirt nearby. It could be the bald scalp of a lurking goblin. So basically, you see like a pile of brush and twigs here, kind of towards the middle of the clearing, and Cardis, you can just make out the top of a clearish. Did I say your name wrong again? Say it.
Karis.
Karith?
Karis.
Karis, like Karen with an is.
Yes.
Yeah.
KRS-One.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
I don't know what that is. Karis. You see this dug, basically like somebody dug a little foxhole. There's some twigs and stuff around it, and there's some piles of dirt, and you can just see the top of something round in there, speckled and almost flesh colored. What do you do?
Any of us
We
particularly
all back
stealth?
up.
Yeah, this is just you guys coming into the.
Orgus would like to remind
that-
you that this is his first adventuring gig.
You don't say.
I love that we have an adventure that comes with a warning label.
Okay, pretty good. I was going to say that I've got pretty good armor class. I'm not afraid to go up there and poke around and see what's up.
Okay.
Do you want to? Should we move up and kind of in a flanking positions, Matt, where you and I could help if something comes out and shoot while he goes up?
Well, I'd probably be better off with my sword the way I performed last time.
You threw away those dice, right?
Yeah, I got one of the other 5 sets I bought.
Okay.
All right, then.
All right.
So there you go. I've got him
So you
made,
guys
right?
move into a flanking position as your only healer moves up to
It's true.
take a look.
I take your point, but I also am a healer with plate and a shield.
As you move closer, you see it as a
The guy in
huge.
leather armor approves.
As you move closer, you see it as a huge egg embedded in straw at the bottom of a like pit.
Oh shit! Something's nesting around here.
Yeah. So, look, now I don't see any reason to disturb what this is.
Really?
Tell you what.
You gonna play it
We
safe?
get the hell past it. Let's get the hell past it. What do you say?
Yeah, let's keep going. Good
Okay.
idea.
Okay.
Going to hold to the Naroth is going to hold to the right side of my screen. That is wherever that green hedgy stuff is.
Over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's Neroth's left. All right.
All right.
Do you guys want to go straight or to the right?
Why don't we keep going straight in between those two rocks towards the end?
Yeah, that looks good.
All right.
Let's move briskly, people. Get away from the egg.
Yeah.
You guys hurry through the clearing and continue on along this path. There's a lot of like loose, sort of loamy dirt along the path. You guys find yourselves kind of sinking into it up to your ankles, and the hike becomes particularly difficult, especially for poor Veritan, who's already feeling the effects of exhaustion.
God, I'm the worst elf. I'm the worst elf ever.
Legolas, you are not yet.
No. Not light of foot, and I can't shoot a bow.
Does it? You say the soil is getting softer. Does it seem like it's getting wetter as well, or are we seeing that because the place we're headed, right, has got the water dragon and flooded tunnels, so it's going to make sense. The water table is probably going to get higher.
Could be. The loam does hold a little more moisture than just the dirt. But as you're hiking along, you come to a sort of it doesn't matter how I move it, you can't see the top. Anyway, it's an arch.
The way is shut, and the dead hold it.
An overgrown temple ruin emerges from the dense vegetation. Collapsed walls and crumbling statues of long-forgotten gods can be glimpsed underneath the tangle of shrubs and vines. An archway leads deeper into the darkness. All
We
right.
aren't necessarily looking for a temple, though, right? It's the silver oak tree that we're trying to find.
That is 100% right.
We went the wrong way.
But what you have found is a temple
Yep.
entrance.
Yeah. I just
With statues of forgotten gods.
which means this is something totally unknown, right? Got no intel here.
Right.
Nope.
In my experience, forgotten gods are forgotten for a reason.
Do you guys want to hike back, or do you want to go forward. You don't see any other way out of this clearing except into the mouth of the unknown temple.
So we'd have to go back to the egg and take the other direction.
You would. Or go all the
like
way
the
back
way-
to the first. Go ahead, Thorgus.
I like the way you said mouth. So I'd say backwards.
Are you saying this temple doesn't have a pretty mouth? Is that what you're trying to say?
Got a great personality though.
Right. Yeah.
Perspective.
What do you guys think? We're gonna go back to the egg and take the other way?
Oh, we're
I thought
adventurers,
yes.
right?
Are we death seekers? Are we death seekers?
Like, are we choosing to get rid of death, or are we looking for death?
Well, Thorgus would like to remind y'all that this is his first adventuring. So,
Yeah, how do we know that the silver tree does not lie on the other side of that arch?
That's right.
We don't.
because it's a building. It's a building. It's a temple.
It's
Sir-
headed
sir-
inside, is it?
Sir Dieter speaks up.
The-
I think if we were getting close to this tree, we'd probably be able to see it over the tree line here when we reach these clearings. I myself don't feel that heading into this forgotten temple is the right way. On the other hand, I have had some absolutely fabulous adventures in overgrown temples, found all kinds of nifty magic items, and reached the level I reached by bringing them back to civilization. I think it really comes down to, how you lads feel as first level adventurers. Don't want to bring it up again, but Thorgus is saying this is his first adventuring gig.
Well, this is Dieter. Dieter, this is officially your party. You are leading this.
No.
show.
It doesn't work that way. Listen. Listen,
As I scan around,
Go ahead.
sorry. As I scan around, am I seeing the presence of any other oak trees in this area? Are we like in an area? To Dieter's point, we should be able to see if it's a big tree. There should be a decent sight line. Am I seeing any other oak trees around?
There are other oak trees, but this one is like it's like a white oak with silver leaves that stands out. Listen, Thorgus, I don't know how you think this works, but I am an NPC, and I'm not going to be making the vital decisions about which way you go. It's totally up to you.
I think it's just a matter of whether we want to choose to go blindly through the arch or we want to try and back up and stay on the quest we're on.
Not to poison the well, but the question is, do we want to blindly blunder into the treacherous archway that looks like a mouth, or do we want to go back to safety?
I doubt safety lies the other way, just to be clear.
Let's go back and disturb the egg.
Oh, wait, whoa, hey, door number 3. Baby eggs just filled with chocolate. What are we worried about?
Thorgus Runemane's death today, sponsored by Golden Flake potato chips.
I would vote to go back to the egg and try the other direction, but if y'all want to go ahead, we can go blindly into the mouth, too.
All right, we have one vote for going back. Neroth.
Yeah, let's go back.
Going back.
Okay, all right, you guys head back away from the Temple of Easy Treasure and magic items laying around with no one to watch over them. And
Sure we did.
you head back to the egg.
The decision to go back and find the giant egg-laying monster is brought to you by Monster.
Monster energy drink. It tastes, and it hasn't yet been proven to cause cancer in humans. All right. Back to B. You head along the other trail. This is much easier hiking. However, by the time you reach Area D, it's almost sundown.
what do we see in Area D?
Yeah.
All right, Area D.
Take one of all those twigs, Thorgus.
Don't mind me, I'm just back here munching on these delicious golden flake chips.
Oh, that's funny. All right. By the way,
Yes.
in an unofficial capacity, you guys aren't even in the hex yet that has the tree. You have to get through this hex to the next hex to the northwest. That's the hex that has it. All right. So the day is.
So we're about 40 clicks away.
The day is slipping away when you reach this clearing. Oh no! Karenith! You guys reach this clearing, and the center part of the clearing has a weird kind of a white sand. Sort of covering an area, I don't know, 20 feet by 20 feet. It's just kind of like somebody had set up a pool here and then torn it down and just left like this white, really white sand in the middle of the clearing. And you notice growing out of the sand are these just sort of little weeds, just little plants sticking up. Karis, roll us a d12 there.
Does this area take up the entire pathway for us?
No, you can skirt around it.
We can skirt around it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
10.
A 10. From here, it looks like that might be Kingsfoil, which you know how to sort of mash up and make into a poultice that will heal a D3 worth of hit points of damage. So, you see that, you don't see any monsters, and you're getting to where you need to start looking for a campsite. What do you do?
How far away are we from the pit? From the sand pit?
I mean, it's kind of in the middle of the clearing. Don't be influenced by the fact that I just put down a pile of bones to represent
Sure.
this completely harmless
Source of healing.
circle of sand full of healing herbs.
Well, yeah, Naradoth as a cleric would like to gather some of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I mean, I may not have the direct knowledge, but if told that had some sort of healing properties, of course I would be interested in having some of that.
All right.
Yeah.
You go out into the sand and start gathering it?
I don't know that I'm going to go walking into the sand.
Well, I mean, that's where it's growing. It's growing out in this circle of sand.
Can I stand
It's
at
growing in the
edge?
middle.
Can I stand at the edge of the sand and reach out with my mace to maybe pull some of that in towards me?
You certainly can.
That's what I like to do.
One of us want to stand behind him and hold onto his belt or something.
Good idea.
All right.
Good idea.
We'd hate to lose him on his first adventure.
So I'll tell you what. I'm going to try to
Naroth.
reach.
Go ahead.
I'm going to try to reach what I can, if anything, with my left hand and my mace being in my right hand, club, whatever might come out.
To club the sandworm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're reaching out and Karis is like holding your belt, you know, and you're leaning over to get a couple sprigs. And I wish this camera would focus better. Let's see what happens if I do this. Oh, that's worse. You reach out, you get enough sprigs to make one poultice,
Mhm.
But you also you're leaning out and you're grabbing them, but you're watching the sand, and you do notice like below where you are, the sand shifts a little bit.
Yeah, reel me in.
Yep, practical. Let's go. I saw this on Gilligan's Island. It doesn't end well.
No, it doesn't. So I'll tell you what. Let's. How about Nero takes a few steps back, and if there's anything laying around, battle position here, right? I'll
Right. Okay.
Be prepared to defend, shield up, that kind of thing. But if there's a pebble or anything that I can throw,
Oh, sure. There's sticks and all kinds of stuff laying around.
If we've gotten what we need, is there any reason?
Why mess with it?
Yeah, good point. Well, I tell you, if it's like an antlion or something, and we do have room to skirt around, maybe it's best we do skirt around and then just kind of try to do so defensively.
Oh, but are you guys going to try to make camp in this clearing, or are you going to keep marching into the night?
Choices.
See, that's a better question of do we poke the unknown evil or not?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you want to make camp here without poking it, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Well,
that's what she said.
I for one am. I would want to, if we weren't going to go further, we weren't going to camp for the night. I would want to get this out of its hole. But there's no guarantee that if we do, that there's not another one down there, right? So
Is there any reason if we're going to poke it that we have to be this close? Can't we like back up to some cover and throw something at it? If it pokes up his head, we'll shoot it from a distance.
Okay, Thorgus just hits it with the hammer.
Okay.
While they're starting to back up, Thorgus
right.
more hammers it.
Everybody's talking about the smart thing to do, the careful thing to do, and they're starting to back up.
And Thorgus forgets he's on his first adventure.
Right, yeah. And behind you, you hear.
I just don't like indecisiveness.
You hear the sound of a hammer hitting sand. Now, I will let you know, Thorgus. Old school games like this, there is going to be more kind of what should we do? That is part of the game. So you can't just haul off every time the party is. But anyway.
Well, I mean, you can.
I wish you wouldn't. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just kind of hit the sand with your hammer, right? And at first nothing dramatic happens, right? And then you go to pull your hammer back, and you do feel like something sucking on the hammer, like against you. Like as you try to pull it out, you feel something like trying to pull it in. Roll your strength or less on a D20.
It did not happen.
All right, your hammer is being pulled from your hand down into the bone meal. By the way,
quick.
on further reflection, this looks like it might not be sand; it might be ground up bone. What were you gonna do there, Naroth?
To get pulled in, I volunteer to cut off his hand.
A hammer, not the dwarf himself. The hammer people.
Yeah, and you're attached to the hammer. I would sure hate to lose you.
Not that attached to the hammer.
I mean, there's attached, and then there's attached.
I've got a belt. I've got a belt of hammers.
All right.
Do we see something to shoot at?
No, nothing is emerging. It's just like being sucked in, like really powerful quicksand.
Am I close enough to help him grab the hammer and like both of us be pulling on it?
Yes. All right. So this is your last chance. You reach in there. Thorgus, you feel Veritan come up and like try to help you pull on the hammer. I want you both to try to roll your strength or less on a D20.
I got it that time.
I did too.
All right, so you guys haul on this thing with all your strength. It doesn't feel like someone else is physically pulling on it. It feels like it's just in really deep quicksand or something, even though it's actually not that deep in, right? But it feels like you're trying to pull an entire boat out of mud or something. But working together, you guys manage to kind of twist it sideways a little bit and pull it out. And you both fall backwards, and the surface of the bone meal just returns to normal. What do you guys do?
Quicksand made of bone. Yeah, that sounds like something to avoid.
For the listeners, it's bone meal quicksand from
Okay.
Into the Weird and Wild.
So maybe there's nothing living in it. We can probably be safe to make camp right here. Just don't sleepwalk into it.
I don't see why we can't make camp next to the bone meal quicksand.
Well, not next to it, like farther, just inside the clearing.
Yeah.
It'd be nice and warm in there.
All right. So you guys gonna make camp here?
I'll take first watch.
Towards the bottom. Towards the bottom of the screen. Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
There we are.
All right. Look at this. So I even have a fireplace, or a campfire,
Nice.
or a campfire with a cook pot and chili, which you guys don't get because you don't have a cook pot.
Agreed. Now listen. If somebody sleeps on the sand, isn't that kind of like having a comfortable bedroll?
For the first couple seconds, yes.
Right. Quality sleep we're talking about, right? Because none of us have bedrolls.
No. Do you want to go shovel out some bone meal to make your bed?
No, but I'm remembering that our last gameplay, right? So we do suffer the possibility of exhaustion and stuff if we don't sleep well, correctly?
Yes, that is correct. Which we are going to now. So, how many people are going to gather firewood here, back up the path and around the clearing?
I'll collect firewood, but I would also collect some, if that's shrubbery to make a bedding.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Bring me a shrubbery.
All right. Who else is collecting firewood? Everybody who is, roll a d6.
No, I'll just set up camp then if they're doing that.
Okay. Roll a d6.
Got a 4.
Thank you,
3.
sir. Set it up there. Yeah, just right there on the pedals.
Okay.
Thank you very much. My lunch has arrived.
Okay,
How many hours of firewood did we get?
4.
We got 4 hours total?
JD,
No.
Say what?
We also got
how much could one person get? Give us a scale here.
You're rolling a d6 to see how many hours you find.
I got a 3, and you
Okay.
got a 4.
I got 4.
So that's 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess do I need to go out and get some? Is 7 enough?
Apparently.
7 seems like plenty.
I mean, 8 is the number of hours you're going to try to sleep.
Okay, I'll go out and collect 2. So what was that?
Roll a d6.
Hey, I got 6.
Okay, so you guys build a fire. You don't have to worry about finding enough water. You always find enough water in the Dolmenwood. Cooking, given a fire, cooking pots and ingredients. So that's a no. You guys just eat some of your rations. Everybody mark off a ration. The old camaraderie check. Does anyone want to share a story or an uplifting song or initiate a game of charades?
I would like to remind everyone that this is my first adventuring gig,
Right?
and I'll expand on that a little. So,
Time spent around the fireside with one companion may lift spirits and induce restful sleep. A character may attempt to entertain their comrades with music, song, stirring tales, jokes, and so forth.
one time I built this 1,200 square foot ranch.
I want you to roll a d20 and you're trying to get your charisma or less.
Oh shit.
Did not happen.
Okay?
Right at.
No, only one person gets to do camaraderie, and it was
Okay.
it was Thorgus tonight.
Okay.
I guess there's not camaraderie.
All right. So now everybody needs to roll their constitution or less on a d20 to get a good night's sleep.
It's a lot, Thorgus.
Oh, I did it. I finally get to
Because-
sleep.
I got a 7.
Okay?
I did not make it.
You did not make it.
No.
All right. So Veritan, you remove your level of exhaustion. But Naroth, you have to roll a d8 to see what kind of exhaustion you get. Turns out the twigs and shrubbery that you gathered to help you sleep actually has this terrible kind of smell, and you had to keep like moving around to try to get that smell off of you.
Sure thing. Okay. I got a 4.
Okay, you wake up feeling nihilistic. You've got a very Nietzsche sort of outlook, like we're all going to die out here. Why did we even come out here? We're never going to find this place. The game effect is you're at -4 on saving throws against magic and breath weapons. So write that down somewhere. If you have to save against magic or breath weapons, you're at -4.
Okay. So, how long is this effect into place?
Until you get a good night's sleep.
Got it. Okay.
This can tell you a better story.
Right?
Well, I was going to tell my own about this one time at band camp, but
Player
All right.
camp. Sometime at Catholic school. No offense.
one time at band camp.
Choir camp.
Yeah, right? There you go. Okay, so you guys. Oh. There's only Darren, roll that D, actually roll a D6. You want to get a 1 or a 2?
So a 4 would be bad.
So 4 would be bad. Actually,
Okay.
there is only one path out of this clearing. I don't know why I said 2 earlier. Maybe there's a secret path out. But the elf also gets to roll. Veritan gets to roll a d6.
4.
So maybe there's a secret path. Like you had a dream last night that there's a secret path that leads out of this clearing. But you wake up and you sure can't find it. So I guess you guys keep going along the muddy creek bed with flies.
Is this the same creek bed we're heading back to?
No. This is a different creek bed. This one's muddy,
creek bed.
and it's
Right.
got like this decomposing smell, and there's just flies, just swarms of flies
Yeah.
laying their eggs in the mud.
Who doesn't want to go towards the decomposing smell? Let's keep going that way.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, and you come to clearing G. It's behold the verisimilitude of my game world. Behold how different and exciting each location is. Oh wow. Unbelievable. Oh, I guess your fire's out.
Fire went out.
Yeah. Oh, Thorgus, why don't you roll? Let's see here.
You roll up.
So this is Simswald is the month, the 14th of Simwalls, the feast of Saint Thorm, and Thorgus, roll a d10 for weather.
Come on, good weather.
That's an 8.
Okay. It's a little bit chilly for early spring, but the day is clear. And you guys reach another clearing with a path that goes off to the right or a path that goes straight ahead. There's nothing weird or suspicious in this clearing, except
Mouth to a temple.
yeah. Over here, there's a big pile of like twigs and small branches that does not look natural. It's not like a dead bush. It's like somebody collected a bunch of kindling or something kind of into a heap on one side of the clearing.
There's not an egg in that one too, is there?
Not that you can see from here. Karis, roll your D12 again.
6.
You have a strong intuition that the path ahead leads into hex 0508, which is the hex you're trying to reach. You feel like you're on the very cusp of reaching hex 0508. What do you guys do?
That brush doesn't look like enough for a person to be hiding there, does it?
Yes, yeah, it does look like it's big enough for somebody to be hiding in if they had piled up a bunch of twigs on top of themselves.
Oh.
Come out from the bush or we'll shoot you from here.
I can go hit it with my hammer.
Yeah,
Well,
very, very original.
That's what I shout then. I shout, come out from
No, I hear you.
behind there or we'll shoot you from here. Okay.
Nothing happens.
I'll take out my sword and approach slowly.
Okay.
See if I
And
can get a
I will
look.
ready my sling.
Okay.
Yeah, can I move kind of behind him, kind of by those trees, and have my short bow ready to go?
This is you over here or over here?
The first one.
Over here. Okay.
Yeah.
What about old Thorgus? Sir Dieter kind of places himself over here. He draws his sword. What about old Thorgus?
I'll be up like 2 squares up near the edge of that shrubbery.
All right. And
Yep, sling range.
okay. Oh, right. You're getting your sling out.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good shot. That's all.
Veritan, as you approach,
Slowly.
getting ready to stab it with your sword. It does move when you get almost right up to it, and instead of there being something in it, the sticks kind of move around and form into kind of the shape of a hound, right? Except the face is just like this glowing, almost like a furnace or something, right?
Great.
So it,
Like there's fire inside its snout.
like there's fire inside its mouth. Yes, it comes to life, and I think we're gonna roll initiative. Who wants to roll for your party?
Not me.
Wow.
What do you roll for initiative? What?
A D6.
Go ahead.
I got a 3. Who's rolling for you guys?
I'll roll. I'm closest to the battle, I guess.
Yes, roll it.
That's 6.
You got a
got a
6? All right.
Yep.
All right, so you see this thing forming up into like a wolf-sized twig monster. All right, so first order of business, is anybody casting a spell this round?
Don't have one to cast.
Okay. Who's moving? Matt, you would have to move up a little bit to like run it through with your sword.
Okay, I'll attack it. What the heck?
Okay, so you're moving up. Is anybody else moving? I think
No, but I'm going to shoot.
I think Sir Dieter will move up. All right, so
Let
that's
Sir Dieter die, we don't get paid.
what'd you say?
I said, don't let Sir Dieter die, we won't get paid.
You say at his back as he runs up, wait, don't die, old man. You're our cash cow. Okay.
Just remembering our priorities.
And then missile attacks. So
That's me.
that's you and Neroth. So roll a d20, add your dex bonus. Tell me what you get.
17 plus 1.
Hits. Roll your damage.
Yeah.
What did we decide with this damage for? Is D6 for the short bow?
2d6.
Neroth, what'd you get?
A miss.
A miss. Okay.
Did we decide D6 for short bow?
Yes.
I get 2.
Oh, 2d6.
No, it can't be 2d6.
That's what I have written down.
Well, that ain't right.
That
Well,
could not be.
if Matt wrote it down, that's good enough for me.
I mean, he could have
I
written
did-
down 1 million gold pieces from that first find, but you know.
Found it on
That
the
would have been
internet. It's
good
got to be
enough for
true.
me. Yeah, that's right. I rolled a 2.
I got that. I will check Gavin Norman's rules tome on page 43.
Rules are there are no rules.
That's right.
Uh,
Make up whatever they want.
longbow is D6. Shortbow is D6. Okay. All right. So this thing lashes out. Evens it's going to attack Veritan. Odds it's going to attack Sir Dieter. Odds it is.
Woohoo.
But it only got a 6. So it doesn't even come close. He gets his shield up and it lashes out with one of its claws, and like when it hits the shield, it kind of breaks into a bunch of splinters. Not the shield, his claw.
Wow.
And then after he follows through, it like reforms out of more twigs and stuff. And there are a whole bunch of like sharp splinters sticking out of Sir Dieter's shield. Melee.
That's you, Matt, isn't it?
Veritan, that's you and Sir
Alright.
Dieter. Sir Dieter swings with his sword. He's going to hit.
I got a 4.
A 4 to hit.
I rolled a 4 to hit. Yeah, that's with my +1.
Okay.
Nice. Again.
All right. End of round. Rolling for initiative. Matt. I got a 4.
I got it rolled off the table. I got a 1.
All right. I get to go first.
This round started off so
Maybe the third set of dice, Matt?
I'm going to keep going after Sir Dieter. A miss and a miss. It kind of goes into like this. Ooh, splinter bite. What is that? That sounds awesome.
Sounds bad.
It goes into like this frenzy trying to attack Sir Dieter. It kind of rears up on its back legs and it's clawing at him like mad. But when it gets done, the old man seems unhurt. He's like kind of hunkered down behind his shield, but his shield and the top of his helmet are like completely riddled with these 4-inch wooden needles now. Splinter bite. That ends my turn. Movement. Anybody moving? No. Ranged attacks. Thorgus, what are you doing?
Would words be a ranged attack?
Sure. Yeah. You gonna use harsh language?
Takes the opportunity to remind everyone that this is his first adventuring gig, and that it looks like they have everything well in hand.
Oh, does it? Does it? Okay. All right.
He's just leaning on his hammer.
Wow. Okay.
Narroth got a 13.
13 hits.
All right. What does a pebble do for damage? Probably 4.
I think it's a D4. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. And we do 2. We do 2.
All right.
Very
I did,
rolled a 10.
I got a 12.
12 hits.
And I got a 3 for damage.
Ooh. All right. You guys are starting to really hurt it.
Just
I thought it would
10
blow
doesn't
apart.
hit.
Would you say Veritan?
10 does not hit, does it?
A 10 does not hit. You are right. You are 100% right.
Figure.
All right. This is my problem. At my age, I get forgetful about the combat. So that was the end of the round, right? I won.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
You
'cause
won.
you won the initiative.
Veritan, I got a 1 on initiative.
I got a 5. Woohoo.
All right.
Yay.
Movement. Thorgus just left. Thorgus isn't even. Okay.
He went to buy some lovely, what is it, golden chips, probably.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, nobody else is moving. I take it. Ranged attacks.
Ooh, I got a 19 plus my dex bonus.
Nice. Roll your damage.
Doesn't equal a 20.
No,
And a
sadly.
6.
All right.
And a 6.
So you line up this shot and you're trying to shoot right down its furnacey mouth, right? You figure maybe that's its vulnerable spot. You line up the shot, the arrow flies true right down this thing's throat, and the twigs just kind of apart. And your arrow is sitting there skewering like a pine cone kind of thing, just dripping with this orange sap.
That might function kind of like oil. Does it look?
You go over and take a look at it.
Okay.
You go over and take a look at it. Roll a D100.
Wow.
Well, that sounds like a really. I should have left it the hell alone.
No.
Well, two D10s would be better. 42.
Yeah, you take a look, and Sir Dieter is like, yeah, this is Brookstone sap. It's prized by both hunters and alchemists alike. Brookstone sap is a powerful and dangerous stimulant. Imbibing it grants the ability listed on the sap variety table below. Let's see now. Roll a D4 there, Karis.
3.
You get 3 vials worth of gleaming amber sap. Do you have anything to put that in?
I really doubt it. Nothing except my quill and paper.
Do you have an ink pot to go with that quill and paper?
I guess.
It's either that or empty out your water skin, or just
I will happily dump my ink pot.
okay.
Your ink pot.
You fill up your ink pot with 3 vials worth of gleaming amber sap. Write it down. It's quite valuable. Or you can take a drink of it, and you get to take an additional action on your turn. You'll want to mark on your, I don't know why I'm still talking like Sir Dieter, but I am. You'll want to mark on your equipment, like, are you keeping it on your belt? Are you keeping it in your backpack? I'm going to mark that on there so we know where it is. Thorgus, are you all right, brother? Has there been a tornado touchdown? Okay.
Is that a question we're asking everyone? Or?
No, I was just asking Thorgus. I just,
Oh, okay.
I didn't know if he could like hear us, but didn't have his camera on. But he had to step away for something.
I wondered if the weather was dicey in Tennessee today.
No, I just couldn't understand. Anyway, all right. So, I think we already established straight ahead is the way to the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
So you guys take a few minutes. You guys take a few minutes to pull all of these spines out of Sir Dieter's shield and helmet and stuff, and it looks like a cork board that's been in the student dorm, for 15 years, right? Like the symbol on the front of his shield is completely defaced. By the way, now is a good time to bring up one of the variant rules we're using in this campaign is shields shall be splintered, helms shall be cloven. So if you have a shield, you can basically sacrifice your shield to negate the damage from any attack. Okay? So you can your shield is destroyed, but you don't take that damage. Okay? If you have a helm, you can sacrifice it to negate the damage from a critical hit. And it's assumed if you're wearing armor, you have a matching helm. Okay?
Oh, wow.
So yeah, unless you're unarmored, if you have a helm, you can sacrifice it to negate the damage from a critical hit.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Okay. So just to make you a little bit more survivable when Thorgus runs up and just starts poking things at random. You guys head straight ahead and enter Hex 508. All right. After another couple hours of hiking, you come to the largest clearing that you've seen in the forest so far.
And we're all on the lookout for the large silver oak, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, you reach this clearing, and the clearing is large enough that you can see the crown of this silver oak above the trees, basically due west of where you are. Okay? So there's a very large clearing. And there's kind of a pond in the middle. Give me 1 second.
Well, it said there was a lot of flooding around here, so the pond might be a positive sign that we are indeed real close.
So in the middle of the pond. Oh yeah, you can see that the Silver Oak looks like it's maybe 15, 20 miles away. It's pretty far, but it's very tall.
Okay.
So there's just this little large pond kind of more or less filling this clearing, right? And the only strange thing you notice, JP, you're going to criticize my game mastering again.
Besides, you didn't say you're DMing.
What did I say?
You're GMing.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to remind you not to say DMing.
Right. Well, it was DMing.
That would be wrong.
It was DMing when you criticized it earlier, but now it's refereeing. Because out in the lake, you see a small, like, rowboat, basically. Okay? And it's overturned. What are you pointing at?
The rowboat.
Yeah. Which is just an index card folded up. I know in Marv's game, it would look better, but in my game, it's just an index card folded up. It's out there on the water. Everybody roll a D6 and tell me if anybody gets a 1 or a 2.
Got a 2.
Got a 5.
Okay. Who got the 2?
Naroth.
Okay. Naroth.
1.
Okay. Thorous and Naroth. And by the way, there's a way out of the clearing on the opposite side.
Of course there is.
So you guys kind of enter this clearing. You're getting ready to kind of go around this little pond or whatever, and you hear a muffled voice saying, "Is someone there? Is anybody there?" What do you do?
Like coming from the rowboat.
Yes, coming from the rowboat.
Are you in need of assistance?
Yes, please. I'm trapped under here. There were terrible sturges that were trying to suck off my vital bodily fluids.
Did you say suck off? Can we go?
Slavic is not my Slavic isn't my first language.
Could you say something that makes you sound like a person?
They were trying to drink my vital bodily fluids. I need help.
What? And I'm guessing that the rowboat is pretty square in the middle of the water.
More or less, yeah. It does sound like a woman's voice, yes.
So, old man in the pond there.
Woman!
Are we... old man?
Woman!
Are we in any danger?
Well, yes, probably the sturges are probably creeping up behind you right now to drink your vital bodily fluids.
See.
As she says that,
Down?
you look around
Yeah.
into the trees behind you, and what would you see except sturges, which are kind of like bats with 4 wings and suckers like a mosquito has. They start flying
Lovely.
towards you.
Shoot them. Shoot them. Shoot them all.
Who's rolling initiative for your party? Is that Kareth? Karis, you spoke up first.
What are you, D6?
Yep.
Come on, roll strong.
4.
We're good. Respectable.
JKLMNOP.
1.
4 was what I rolled.
Is that her?
I did roll a 1.
Sweet.
I could
All
have
right.
gone all day without seeing that in the chat. Just FYI.
All right. Fortunately, I can't see the chat. So I'm just focused on the game we're supposed to be
You're
playing.
good. You will go
You're
blind.
okay.
Pardon,
You're fine. Yeah.
pardon me for being
Yeah.
focused on the game.
It's okay. You can't unsee that.
Movement.
Movement.
Is anybody moving? So you see where you guys are. You see where
Yeah.
the Sturges are flying towards you. Is anybody moving?
Naroth
Is
will want
that
to
me?
Yeah, that's you right up front.
Well, that's a bad decision.
Thorgus, you're raising your hand. What are you doing?
Move me here. I'm touching the screen where I want you to.
Right. Yeah.
No, I can't even see. I'm not
You're
even on the
all the
screen,
way
so
back here at the back.
Move me up as far as you can towards the one on the right. Towards the shrubbery side.
Okay.
Yes.
You can move up to him, but you won't be able to attack. You had to use all your movement to get there.
Well, then move me back one
Okay.
towards the shrubbery to the right one more. There you go.
All right.
Coming in from the flank.
How
That's
far
the
back
left.
can I?
Does that not look like left
far-
on your screen? Is this
That's
No,
right.
it's right on our
No,
screen.
no,
This
it's
is-
reversed on our screen.
It's the right flank. You
Okay.
flunked flank.
How far can I move back and still get a shot off?
I don't know what the range is on that bow. You need to copy that from the rules tome, but probably plenty. Let's see here.
You had 50 feet was still within point blank range.
Short range. Okay.
Is what that's what you said last week.
So you want to move back here?
Yeah, and then shoot him from there.
Okay. Anybody else moving? Of course,
I'd
Sir
like to
Dieter
move
is
up
going to
to
run up to
50
fight
feet.
one.
How far? How far? What is our movement? How far?
About 30.
Naroth
5, 10,
would like-
15, 20, 25, 30. You could move up and still attack one.
One of Glenn's hands.
Yeah.
Okay. And Veritan, you moving?
Yeah, I want to move within 50 feet, so I'm in that short range for my short bow.
Oh, you're plenty close. Each of these squares is 5
Okay.
feet, so you can shoot from there.
All right.
All right,
All right,
ranged
Cross that
attacks.
thing on my screen.
Ranged attacks.
12 plus 1.
Hits. Oh, wait.
11 plus 1.
Both are hits.
I did a whopping 1 point of damage.
Okay.
And I did a 6.
Are you guys
There we
both?
go.
Are you guys both attacking the same one? Which one are you attacking?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. So
Yeah.
two arrows streak out and hit this one. Let me turn this so you can see them a little better. They both impact the sturge at the same time, and it just drops.
Nice. Good shooting.
Melee attacks. Naroth, you can attack.
All right. One with the mace.
Mm-hmm.
It's a swing and miss.
Yeah.
Sir Dieter hits his. But it's still alive and kicking. All right. So
Wait, there's one more of us, right?
no, he had to move
Oh, okay. Got it.
too far to
Yep.
get to attack.
Yep.
All right. Naroth, what's your armor class, buddy?
17, baby.
17 at first level? Quite unreasonable.
Not many
Wait,
openings.
Oh, that's Sir Dieter's armor class too. Ooh, I got a nat 20 on Sir Dieter.
It wasn't.
Yeah, be good.
This one, it gets inside of it, he tries to get his shield up and it kind of comes up over, it crawls up over his shield and just jams its, what's it called? I always want to call it a proboscis. Proboscis?
Proboscis.
It's
Sure.
proboscis, like right into his neck. The old man
Yikes.
cries
That'll
out
leave a
in
mark.
pain. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Uh-oh.
Oh my
Is
Is
gosh.
Peter what to sacrifice his shield?
Uh, you know what? It was a critical hit. He can sacrifice his helm.
Okay.
So this thing
Wow.
comes crawling up over his shield, and this proboscis jabs at him. He manages to get his head down, and the thing spears through his helmet and like pulls it off of his head, and it kind of does this, and the helmet goes flying off. Let's roll for initiative in that next round.
That may be the fastest new rule to you new rule.
Right?
used.
So do it getting used? Yeah. I got a 6. Beat that.
I got a 6.
Mm,
I got a
reroll.
6.
A 2.
I got a
Beat it.
1.
Okay.
I got a 1.
All right.
Sorry, Dieter.
Neroth, I can't get past your armor or Sir Dieter's. Everybody roll a d6. You're all trying to get a 1 except for Veritan, who's trying to get a 1 or a 2.
I got a 2.
I got a 3.
That's 2.
So nobody got a 1?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Well, in that case,
What was that roll for? Oh, to see that they were coming against us, huh?
Flanking us.
to notice the ones coming up behind you.
Wait, I'm only surprised on a 1. I rolled a 3.
You're only surprised on a 1?
Hmm?
Okay. You're not surprised. You don't find it surprising at all that this thing is sticking its proboscis into the back of your head. It does roll a 17 to hit you. But Matt, they only got a 10 to hit you. What's your armor class?
See.
Matt's just like deep. No, I need to know your armor class.
15.
All right. Okay. What are you wearing? Leather armor?
Chainmail.
All right. So this thing is kind of surprises you, right? You feel this stab in your ribs, and you spin around. There's one of these things on your cape, trying to suck your blood. Kareth, you turn as an experienced hunter. You know these things hunt in swarms, but it still manages to do 3 points of damage.
Nice. Oh, hey, we slept. Did we get hit points back after we slept?
Yes, you gain 1 hit point per long rest.
Except for if you have a bad night's sleep, right? You lose.
Right, exactly.
Which is what happened to me. Is that right?
Yes. But you did, Neroth, you did write down you have that healing poultice now, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Because I haven't used it, but I do have it.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
and for the listener, you got a scroll of spare the dying
That's right.
from the cleric in town.
That's right.
Okay. So Kareth, this thing is attached to you now. It's like latched on and is sucking your blood. Thorous has had to step away, but I'm going to go ahead and move for him because I assume he's going to want to move up and help kill these things. Let's do melee.
Wait, you had initiative.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't get through Neroth's or Sir Dieter's armor, and then the other two came out of the
Right. Gotcha.
out of the trees and
Okay.
attacked you two guys.
So I'm gonna have to drop my bow and pull my sword, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hey, can we do that and still attack?
Yep, absolutely.
I got a 17,
17 hits.
and longswords are D6. I didn't write that down for some reason last week.
So there is
It's D6.
it's D8.
I'm-
It's D8 for sword. And it's D6 for short sword. And then two-handed sword is a D10.
I must have a short sword because I've got D6 written down.
Yeah. So that's a short sword.
Got a 7.
7 damage?
On a D8.
Good God, man. All right, yeah. You instantly cut through this thing. I don't know how you do it with it, like sucking your blood.
Right on top of you.
Yeah.
It's like this. It's the over the shoulder.
Yeah. You managed to get your sword into that thing. Matt, did you hit?
I had an 11 plus 1.
That's the magic number, 12. Roll your
There we
damage.
go.
And 5.
Go get him.
5 kills him.
Nice.
All right. Naroth.
Gonna need some assistance over here.
His arm disappears as he's
I damn near tripped. Damn near tripped on my own mace.
Oh, did you roll a poor attack?
How about a 1?
Oof. Good thing there's not
3 in a row.
yeah, good thing there's not fumbles in this game, right?
Right.
Sir Dieter attacks
Does that mean
his.
Matt, does that mean I just had to duck? That's it.
Yeah.
Shooting overhead. Yay!
We killed ours, but we got hit in the back of the head by a mace.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, we're rolling for initiative. Darren? I got a 3.
4.
All right.
All right. All right, Naroth. You got to finish this thing off, man.
I wish I could. Let's see. Well, that one speaks to me. Oh, yeah. 20 on the die, baby.
A 20 on a crit?
Yeah.
All right.
So funny.
You pin it
Thank
against
God,
the
right.
you pin it against the ground with your foot and just smash its little head with your mace.
You know, that is the only 20 I've rolled in any of our games. Honest.
Well, you know.
And it was against a monster that might have had 4 hit points left.
Right. Only 20 I've ever rolled.
Here in the South, we say even a blind hog will get an acorn every now and then.
Yeah, you guys roll like 2 or 3 of those in a game, right? And I'm like, first ever.
All right. So, as you, oh my God, now I need to redo all of the. All right. So, Naroth, you smashed the head of the last one, right? And you guys are all kind of catching your breath, and Karis, you're kind of looking at this, 1.5 inch a hole in your neck or wherever it was. And Naroth, you hear the voice again. And it's like, be careful because the Sturges will probably come out of the woods and try to get you. So watch yourself.
Okay. Let's maybe speed things up through here. Right?
Can
Was
we
that-
Say,
How far is the boat from the shore?
Maybe 10 or 12 feet.
okay.
If you go along the shore, you notice there's a rope coming up out of the water. You think might be attached to the front of the boat.
All right, let's go over there and take a look at the rope.
Okay, yeah, looks pretty ropey. You look and you do see the boat. Yeah, the boat is overturned, but it looks like just below the water line you can see there's a rope there attached to the front of it. You pull on the rope.
Wow. What do we have here? Yeah.
May as well, guys. Wait,
Yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah, why not?
Let's do
Why
it.
not?
We had a winning round. Let's pull the rope.
All right. So you start pulling the boat towards the shore, and the voice is like, Is that you moving the boat? Have you taken care of the sturges? Because I don't think I can handle being bit by a sturge.
Yes, we have. We've killed the sturges. We're pulling you to safety.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So it gets close to shore, and whoever's in there kind of ducks under the water and comes out. She's about the size of Tinkerbell.
Huh.
And she's
All right.
a little long-haired, naked fairy girl. She's got like bluish green skin. And Karis and Neroth both roll a d20. You're trying to get as high as you can and still be under your charisma.
Uh-oh.
I got an 8, and my charisma is an 8.
Okay?
Yep.
Neroth, what'd you get?
That. Nope, didn't make it. Went above.
What happened?
I went above my charisma.
You got above your charisma. All right.
Yeah.
So she comes out of the water, right? And she's like flying, even though she doesn't have Tinkerbell wings. She's like flying along. And she sees all you guys, but she sees Kareth like physically has his hands on the rope as she's coming out. You know, and she's like, "You brave mortals rescued me from those terrible sturges. Even though, for all you knew, this was some kind of terrible trap that the dungeon master was, a terrible trick that the forest was playing on you. Thank you for your gallant behavior." And she kind of flies up and she kisses Kareth on the cheek. And then she turns invisible, right? Disappears. Kareth, you may increase one of your ability scores permanently by 1 point. Choose an ability score. It goes up by 1 point, not the bonus, but the actual score goes up by 1 point permanently.
Solid.
All right. Does anybody need to apply that healing poultice or anything? Or are you guys going to keep going?
Yeah, we probably need to do that. Somebody took some heat here. Who was it?
Me.
Aside from
Sir Dieter dodged a bullet. I think. Kareth, how are you looking on hit points?
I am currently at 3 of my 8.
yeah, let's get you healed up some. So you said
All
that
right.
man was good for 1 to 3.
Yeah, for a D3. So roll a D6, cut in half, and that's how many hit points he gets back.
Oh, come on, baby.
Come on. Mama needs a new set of skin.
Hey, I landed a 6.
All right, so you get 3 hit
Nice.
points back.
Man, I mean, because I've really been sucking today. So I mean, I'm just saying.
The worm has turned.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
But this wasn't for
almost-
your protection; it was for Darren. So
Yeah.
Right.
That's
You can
right.
roll good for other people.
No. Boy.
So what do you think, Matt? What do you think? I have a strength at 17 and a dex at 15 right now. Which one should I bump?
What kind of character are you?
I'm a hunter. I feel like I'm using my dex more than I'm using my strength.
Dex keeps you from getting hit.
Yeah. Let's take a swing with that dex and bump it for
And what's it
15,
take you? What's it take you to?
16.
Hell yeah. So that may adjust your armor class. Does that adjust his armor class?
Or is mod?
It didn't. It didn't adjust your mod, but it may adjust your armor class.
No, that it's the modifier that adjusts your armor class. So if it doesn't change your modifier,
Oh, is that right?
that is correct.
Are you looking now at that, or are you looking at something else, Glenn?
Okay, what were you?
I'm a 15 dex right now.
Okay, if you improve it to a 16, your armor class goes up by 1 point. Your missile attack bonus goes up by 1 point.
Yes, sir.
As opposed to if I do my strength from a 17 to an 18.
If you do a strength from a 17 to an 18, you go from +2 to attack and damage with your sword to +3 on attack and damage with your sword. And you can open doors on a 5 and 6.
Feel like I'm going to use that dex more because I'm tend to be shooting a lot more. Yeah, let's move that to 16.
All right.
That gives me a +2. Okay. So that moves my armor class higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Current armor class is 14. Okay. Okay, I'm good.
So you say. All right. So there's only one path out of this clearing. I assume that's the way you go. You're not ready to turn back yet?
Not enough treasure.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Although
We just found the damn silver oak.
you do have enough treasure to go back and buy a cook pot and some bedrolls.
Yeah, but how many days are we away from civilization?
Look at the
This is your third day in the forest.
I think, guys, I doubt the experience is probably enough to level any of us.
No. Oh yeah. Somebody get their calculator app out. So the Sturges were worth 13 XP apiece. And if you share your experience points with Sir Dieter, then you each get 13 XP. Because you killed 5 of them.
Why would we share our experience points with Sir Dieter?
Well, I mean, he is part of the party. It's kind of what you're supposed to do. But the Thornhound was worth 50 XP, which divided out would be 10 apiece. So you guys are really on fire with the experience points.
So we're like 13 plus 10, so 23
Yeah.
each so far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should all have.
At least that's in the
we should
north
all
side
have
map.
27, I think.
Say that again, Thorgus.
We should all have 27 XP.
except for me.
Yeah. You got some before. Oh, you're getting a bonus? Hey, JP, make sure your mic is set up correctly. You're awfully quiet all of a sudden.
I am talking.
Yeah, that's better. I'm sorry, XP bonus?
XP bone.
Narath, do you have an XP bonus?
That was his mic that was quiet. Not mine.
Yeah, now we can't hear you. Talk some more.
I haven't talked.
Am I? Can you hear me?
I don't know if I have an XP bonus.
Yeah, we can hear you.
What would we get an XP bonus for?
Oh my gosh. I put the rule book in the chat, gentlemen. I mean, I know it's only been 30 years since you played. If your primary requisite is high enough, you get an experience point bonus. It's explained in the section on your character class.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So, you guys press on. And
Yes.
You press on past lunch. A few more hours of hiking brings you to, you'll never guess what? Another clearing.
A clearing.
Yes, a clearing. So this one This is about as big as the lake clearing was. And as you guys enter it, maybe not put the cleric in front. Although right now you're basically just another fighter, right? You don't have any spells yet. So, I mean, you're just a kind of a sanctimonious fighter. Is that right, Neroth?
Yes, but I'm trying to. The thing is that Neroth is actually it's got a neutral alignment,
Okay.
and so yeah, I found myself being a bit of a do-gooder, and I don't mean to be. You get my meaning.
Okay.
You just kind of get sucked into it. I got to do some bad.
So as you travel along this path, you realize it's another dried water course, right? Could be the same one that you've encountered a couple times in the previous hex. It's basically the same thing. It's just like a low path with a bunch of river stones on the bottom and stuff. But you come into this clearing and you see this. Basically, the whole clearing is covered in kudzu, right? The whole clearing is like a foot deep in these invasive vines. And over here on the right-hand side of the clearing is an old mill, okay? That's like completely covered and the first story up to the windows is completely covered in this kudzu, right? These crawling vines. And the old mill wheel has like fallen and is all in pieces and covered in vines and stuff. But you notice the front door to the mill isn't completely covered. Like you can see the door to the mill and you think you see something moving in the shadows within. What do you guys do? There's two paths out up ahead, and there's this big overgrown mill on the right. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Can we get a visual on the oak tree?
No, but roll that D12. You have a very strong sense that you need to be going to the left. You feel like you're headed more or less due north now from that last path, and you need to be heading southwest. So you definitely think the path on the left is the only right way to go. Everybody roll a D6 for me.
4.
Thorgus, what'd you get? I think your mic might be off.
You're muted. He's muted.
You got a 1? Okay. You are the one who you think you see the glint of silver from inside the old mill. What do you guys do?
I'll tell you what.
There's something shiny up ahead.
Naroth is going to attempt to light a torch.
Okay.
Now, there's a chance of failure, right? The way this works in this
Nah.
game, or no?
Nah.
Yeah, okay.
Now you can light a torch.
Lighting a torch,
All right.
and any of my progress forward is going to be sort of waving that torch around at the ground and stuff. I don't like the fact that you've described all this as creeping vines everywhere.
Right. Suspicious?
Yeah.
I'm suspicious about all that. I saw The Evil Dead. I know what we're talking about.
Me?
Right? I'm saying.
All right, roll your intelligence or less on a d20.
I got a 7. That's less than my intelligence. Yeah, baby.
All right, so you're kind of moving ahead, and you're using your torch to kind of look around. You're kind of moving the branches, the vines aside and stuff. It just looks like the riverbed underneath. You don't see like centipedes or skeletons or anything crazy underneath. You kind of move forward a little bit, and it looks like pretty natural, undergrowth. Are you going over towards the old mill, or are you avoiding it?
Question. Our path, strong sense of was to go. Does this path lead to the left before the mill, or after the?
No. There are two ways out of this clearing. There's one over here on the right, kind of behind the mill, and there's one over here on the left. And your hunter has told you that you guys want to go through this passage on the left.
Okay, let's. I'm gonna head that direction.
Okay.
Keeping my eyes on whatever. Keeping my eyes on whatever is to the side of me there.
Let's go with him.
All right. Does anybody look inside the mill or try to go inside, or you guys just avoid it?
I'm looking as I go, because I saw that the glimmer.
Okay.
I'm like poking my nose in, but
Hey, maybe there's some cash in there.
So you just kind of take a look. Roll your intelligence on a or less on a d20.
that did not happen.
You kind of look in there. You can see something is moving, but you can't really make out anything. You don't see the glint of silver again unless you kind of step up to the doorway. You're doing that thing where you're straining to look, and it's like if you just took a few more steps forward, you're sure you'd be able to make out what's going on in there.
Well, let me ask this.
Nice.
I have a dwarven feature that I can hear. I have a 2 in 6 chance of hearing noises. Would that help me in this situation?
Sure. Roll a d6.
Five.
Okay, so you don't hear the noise either. But I'm telling you, Thorous, you feel like if you just took a couple more steps, you'd be able to make out what's moving around in there.
I'd like to take this time to remind the GM that this is Thorgus's first adventuring gig.
Right, yeah. He's just a builder.
So he'll follow the rest of the group.
Okay. All right, you guys leave the clearing.
We could always rip it off the way back.
And you come into another clearing. Now it's getting towards evening again. It's several miles hike until you reach the next clearing. You guys are already starting to look for a place to rest. When Naroth, do you rub that torch out, or do you keep carrying it until it burns out?
I think I ought to carry it until it burns out.
Okay, so mark off one torch of your inventory. And you guys do notice Sir Dieter, he's huffing and puffing a little bit. You can tell this much hiking, like a couple of you catch him out of the side of your eye. It's like his feet are hurting in those plate mail booties.
So maybe call it a night. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, you guys are already looking for a place to camp by this point. I'm just saying, he's no spring chicken. I can't imagine what it's like to be 52, but and walking all day. But if you can imagine it,
Good Lord, what a miserable existence that would be.
right? Yeah.
Poor bastard.
So after several more hours of hiking, you guys kind of come into a small clearing with an opening there at the other side. And right in the middle of the clearing is this old overgrown well, represented by this circle here.
Well, he fell into the well. He fell into the deep dark well.
Looking for a place to rest, the band of adventurers stumble across the ruins of an old well. It seems odd that the well would be built this far into the forest. The well is a crumbling mess and is flanked by some standing stones. So you guys are like, oh, this might not be a bad place to make camp. When you hear a voice echoing up from the well. Thorous, you hear it with your dwarven ears. Help me! I'm stuck. What do you do, Thorous?
Does it sound anything similar to the ones in the boat?
No. It's a male voice, although it's kind of high, like it might be a young guy. And he's got more of an accent. He says, "Help me! I'm stuck."
Good Lord, kill it fast so we don't have to have the accent for very long.
Does everyone else hear this?
Hear what?
Yeah.
I'm an elf. I can hear stuff.
put your hands over you. I didn't hear nothing. Nope. Like Smeagol.
Nothing to see here. Yeah, that's right.
It seems as if there's someone
Stop!
in this
Who
Who
else?
Water hazards in this area.
Who else steps over next to the well?
I'm going to
I
step
will.
near to it as well, and I'm going to shout down there, "Old man, how long have you been stuck in this well?"
I'm 17, so I'm not exactly old.
Yeah, what are you doing in this well?
Okay, so you said old man, then what?
Yeah. What exactly are you doing out here in this well?
Oh, it's so good to hear another voice. I'm so glad someone has come. It feels like it's been ages since anyone was at this well. I'm stuck down here.
How long have you been stuck in this well?
Oh, Lordy, Lord. It feels like an awful long time. I've been down here by myself, just drinking groundwater and eating blind cave fish. It's
I see.
it's terrible.
Blind cave. There are blind cave fish in your well.
Oh, there's a whole cave down here. Can't you hear how my voice is echoing up to you? There's a whole cave down here. That's why I'm stuck.
So did you fall into this well, or did you manage to get into this hole by another means?
I fell. I was lucky to survive the when I hit the water. It's a pretty far fall, if I'm honest with you. Do you have any rope up there? Neroth, roll your charisma or less on a 20-sided die.
Hey. I got a 1, baby. Yeah.
Like the pause I did when you asked how he got down there, he actually did that.
He actually
paused and was like, I definitely fell down here.
You don't say.
Oh yeah, it was quite a tumble. I was lucky to survive when I hit the water.
I'll tell you what, I'm sending down a rope.
Oh, that would be
Stand by.
fantastic. If you could come down and help me, it would be great.
So here's what I'm going to do. Neroth is going to go to the edge. Neroth is going to go to the edge. He's going to light a flask of his oil, and he's going to drop it down the well.
Okay. So you're going to like Molotov cocktail it? Like how do you light it? You understand what I'm saying? Like it's going to fall. It's going to pour out.
It's a flask, though, yeah.
Yeah, but if
All right,
you
let's-
if you take the top off and light it, then the oil's going to fall out when the
right.
flask falls.
Why don't we just light the rope and let it burn down towards him, and we'll see him when it's at the bottom.
I
I
was
was just
saying,
thinking. I was just thinking the guy in the cage was an innocent. The girl under the boat was an innocent. I don't like our statistics.
We're pushing our luck with the third person who needs help in the evil haunted forest.
Keep pulling the arm on the slot machine. I don't like our odds here.
It's like
This dude is the first one who's felt like they were lying. So you know.
Yeah. You can only pull the trigger so many times in Russian roulette. All right, so
right.
so Thorgus suggests. Go ahead, Thorgus.
I was going to say, Thorgus will tell Neroth that although this is my first adventuring gig, I am beginning to see how this is done. I would advise against this.
Okay, but you also suggested like soaking the end of the rope in oil and lighting that and kind of lowering it down so you guys can see.
yeah, I don't care to see what's down in that hole. I'm just not buying the. Yeah, I'm just not buying because of the role that this person innocently fell into the hole, or that he's even a person at all.
And Jason, did you hear what Glenn said? You go down and help him, not he come up. You go down and help him.
Yeah, as soon as you said lower rope, he's like, "Oh, that'd be great if you could come down and help me. I'm stuck."
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not doing that. So I mean, we could either continue on by, or we could let this let this pretender attempt to sucker somebody else into their fate.
Oh, please don't continue on by. I've been stuck down here for so long. It's terribly lonely in this hole.
Yeah, I bet it is.
You can say. I don't see anything gained by Molotov cocktailing it. So I really don't.
I don't know what that is, but it doesn't sound like something I want to experience.
It's
why don't we let's continue to behave as if we did make that intelligent roll, right?
Thorgus, go ahead.
Thorgus and Dwarven, arrivederci, and starts to walk off.
Yeah, we're with him.
Okay, but you guys, again, it's getting late.
Oh,
it could be miles before you find another suitable campsite.
Well, this
can we sleep in a quicksand?
Your definition is not our definition.
Oh, of suitable campsite?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait, mate.
Well, if he's truly stuck down there, we can still camp.
You just have to sleep with it. Yeah. Wait, thanks, sir. Peter, can you go a little farther?
Oh, I reckon I could make it a few more miles before the sun is down. It all depends on the map of this hex, really.
That's fair.
Everybody roll a d20. Or everybody roll a d6. Kareth and Veritan, you need a 1 or a 2. Thorgus and Nerith, you need just a 1. A 6?
6.
2.
I couldn't hear you, Neroth. What'd you get?
1.
I got a 1.
Veritan,
2.
you see, and Kareth, you guys see Karis. You guys see, you're kind of looking around as you're deciding that you're going to abandon this poor helpless person in the bottom of this well. You guys managed to make out the very tip of the oak tree through the, above the tree line. Thank you. Yes.
Just the tip.
Yeah, just the tip of the tree. You're like, I mean, we might just be another 6 or 12 miles away from that thing. Wait a minute.
6 or 12? That's like saying Maybe another 50 or 100 miles.
Okay, so
I was thinking,
I
I
don't.
was thinking that from a professional hiker. There's a big difference in 6 and 12.
Let me take this opportunity to bring up. I'm going to have to go back and re-edit this episode somehow because I've been miscounting the hexes, and all the distances I've given this episode are 6 times further than they should be.
Wow.
We're
E-
there. We should be there.
Each of
Yeah.
these
No wonder
hexes,
for Mr. D.
each of these hexes is just a mile. Each of these hexes is just a mile. The whole hex is 6 miles. So yeah, it's not really that late. You guys feel like you could maybe make it to the Silver Oak before sundown.
Suck it
Really?
up, Peter. Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pull yourself together. Let's go.
Although the path that leads out of this clearing, it really, like, the way the branches. Say what?
No, nothing.
The way the branches kind of lean over the path and the trees kind of curve around, in the Fellowship of the Ring movie, where Frodo can kind of sense that the Dark Riders are coming, and you just see this spooky looking path, and they do that camera effect. Like, you all look down this last path and you're like, this is like the spookiest forest path I've ever seen. And the
Feels
voice,
like we're on the right track, boys.
and the voice is like, please don't go down the track, please. I'm so lonely down here. And did I mention I'm stuck? What do you guys do?
Let's press on. What do you say?
Yep, I say press on.
All right, you guys. I mean, now it's only like a 3-mile hike all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And
It's
you guys
faster
find
towards
yourselves you guys travel another few miles down this very creepy forest path, and you exit out into an airy glade with a dreamlike atmosphere where time seems to dawdle. And right in the center of the glade is this enormous silver-barked oak tree that rises up, must be 100 feet. It's like one of those sequoias out at the national, park, right? This or redwood sequoias, whatever they are.
Yeah.
The really
I've been there.
big ones, right? And you look up. You crane your neck to look up. You see the branches spreading out over you with these silver-tinged leaves. And there among the roots is a 3-foot hole. It's almost exactly like Luke in The Empire Strikes Back, right? I can't remember if Yoda calls it a cave or a tree. It's like a cave under a tree, and he kind of climbs down in there, and that's what you guys see. I think we're going to call it a night there, and we'll find out what happens next time on 11-foot pole. How's that strike everybody?
Super.
All right. If you're watching this on YouTube, please give us a like. We're just starting out, and every like we can get helps. Also, if you know anything about OBS, send us a message through YouTube and explain to me how I can both stream and record at the same time. I don't know what's wrong with that. And if you're listening to us as a podcast, give us a 5-star review on your podcast catcher of choice. And we'll be back in 2 weeks.